Hi guys, welcome to Iron Element. This is Mike, and I'm in the kitchen, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about nutrition. I wanted to talk about what all the confusion is out there about nutrition, what I do in a typical day, and how you can adapt that to your lifestyle. Now, of course, this goes along with the training. You're looking to train and have the nutrition, and those two things together, will create that synergy and create that change that you're looking for in your body. Okay, not just on the weight loss side, but also on the muscle gaining side. So there's a lot of confusion out there about. You hear things like intermittent fasting and carb cycling and all kinds of different stuff. But really, all I do personally is I focus on two things. I focus on my calories, which is pretty obvious. That's calories can equal fat. But I also focus on my protein. So those are the two things: calories and protein. Everything else I just kind of leave because I'm trying to live a real lifestyle. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not competing. I'm not, doing something where I have to hit a specific goal. I'm here to live a fun life, to live a real life, but also be in shape, be strong, be athletic, and look as best as I can and feel as best as I can. So those are really the two things I'd like you to look at: is calories and protein. And that means, yeah, you got to track a little bit. I know it's a pain. It's a real pain. So get your favorite app, a Chronometer, MyFitnessPal. I use MyFitnessPal. And you're going to have to build a little bit of a habit of putting in everything you eat, okay? And I don't mean just guessing. You're going to have to measure some stuff. You're going to have to weigh some stuff. And you're going to have to track a little bit. But I only want you to really look at your calories and your protein. So you're going to have a term called TDEE, Total Daily Energy Expenditure. This is the amount of calories you burn in a day. This would be the amount of calories that your body burns in order to stay even Steven, okay? Meaning you're not going to put any more weight or muscle, and you're not going to lose any. What you have to do is find out that TDEE. So if you go online and search for TDEE calculators, you'll find a million of them. I'm not going to tell you what the formula is because they use a specific formula. But go on there and find out your number. Put in all your information and find out what your body should be burning. That's your maintenance calories, okay? Let's say it comes out as 2,500 calories. Great. But that means if you want to drop a few pounds, you need to be a little below there. If you want to gain some weight, you need to be a little above there. I wouldn't go crazy. I know everybody says 500 as a deficit, but you could start at 250 or 300 and see how that goes, okay? But for our purpose, if you're like when I was starting, you could use a little bit of fat loss, but you also want some muscle gain. So you just want to be in a slight deficit because we can do both in the beginning. We can put on muscle and we can drop some fat. So that's what you're going to look to do. So I'm going to go over what I pretty much eat in a typical day. Most of my day revolves around this kind of food, okay? You want to try to keep it 85% compliant with good whole foods, wholesome foods, meaning skip the ultra processed foods, meaning the frozen dinners, the frozen pizzas, those kind of things, the fast foods all the time. So what you want to do is you have 3 meals in a day and a couple of snacks. That's how I think about it. So you have 21 meals in a week, okay? So personally, I try to be about 90% compliant, but you could be about 80 to 85% compliant. That means that you have anywhere from 2 to 4 kind of fun meals a week, okay? And it doesn't mean every dinner. It means you might have a little bit of a cheat in breakfast, a little bit of fun at a lunch one time when you're out with friends, and you might go out to dinner one time. For me, my vice is pizza. I love pizza. So usually a Friday night or a Saturday night, I'll order pizza and I'll enjoy it. I don't worry about how many calories it is. I don't worry about what I'm eating. I just enjoy it because I know that most of the other time I'm going to be compliant. And then I might have another night where I grab something quick, or I might have a lunch for work out with some people, so I want to have a little bit of fun, so I'll just have whatever I feel like having. Those are pretty much my 2 or 3 times a week that I cheat. I wake up every morning and I have my morning protein shake. You can look at my video. I did a video on what I have in my protein shake. It's a 60 grams of protein shake, and it gets me off my day in protein. So what you want to do is you want to track your protein and your calories. So that's pretty much what I do for myself, and that's kind of how I schedule my meals. I know I'm going to have pizza on the weekend, so I save my good meal for that time. Now, the rest of my days, what they pretty much look like is my morning shake is my breakfast, and then I take a snack at work, and that's usually something like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. It's a high protein snack. And then I'll have my lunch, which is usually some sort of chicken, beef, or sometimes fish. Not usually fish at the office. That's kind of frowned upon. But usually chicken with rice and a veggie, or chicken and potatoes and a veggie, or sweet potatoes and a veggie. You can see the trend here. And then at night will be something similar. It might be beef, in something else with a veggie and some sort of carb. And then after dinner, I might have another snack, maybe another protein shake, maybe a protein bar, or maybe something kind of fun like protein ice cream. I really like the Cool Way protein ice cream. I think it's Canadian only, but it's a really, really good ice cream to have. But they have a few others as well. And so I have a little bit of fun. My diet isn't so strict that I can't have something fun. I can, and I do. I just don't do that all the time. I don't have one bad meal after another. That's where the issue comes in. It's fine if I'm going to have a snack here and there, if I'm going to have a bad meal here and there, or a breakfast going out with friends and I want pancakes. I feel like that like everybody else, okay? So it's okay to do that, but you want to be 80 to 90% compliant on all of your other meals, okay? I want to talk about alcohol, okay? I'm not a big drinker. I just don't really drink that often. In fact, I think I can count on both hands the amount of times I actually drink in a year, the amount of occasions I actually drink, probably less than 10. And it'll be, for example, obviously like around the New Year's, I'll have a couple drinks with friends. If I'm going out to a party, I might have a drink or two. I'm going in a week to a friend's house for our team office party, but it's at one of their homes, and we're gonna have a few drinks. It's gonna be a blast. So I'm gonna look forward to it. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna eat whatever I feel like eating. It's gonna be a day where I don't care because I know the next week after I'll be 100% compliant or 90% compliant. So that can be a day I can let loose, have a little bit of fun, and still stay within reason. But going back to alcohol, most people don't realize, you have drink after drink. There are hundreds of calories, going right there. So you really want to limit your alcohol, not just for the calorie reasons, but for the health reasons as well. Alcohol is showing that it's a terrible thing to be in excess of. And so if you are a heavy drinker, I would really, really first recommend you cut that right down to being a very low drinker. I have a few rules. I won't drink in my house. If I'm by myself or even with a person, I won't drink at all. Unless I'm having some sort of function or hosting some sort of party once in a while, then I might have a drink or two. But other than that, I pretty much make a rule. I have no alcohol in the house. I have to go out to a function to enjoy that. And when I do, then I enjoy one or two, and that's good enough for me. I can take it or leave it. So that's just my preference. And most people don't realize how much they actually drink. And when you add it up, it's a lot of extra calories. So cut that all out first. Focus on the protein. Try to think every time you're having a meal or snack, is there good protein in it? And I don't mean 1 or 2 grams of protein, okay? I mean have the protein where your protein is the main macronutrient in there. Cottage cheese is a great example, right? I have a 3/4 cup cottage cheese. I'm getting, I think it's 20 or 22 grams of protein, and it's only 150 calories. I know it's a great ratio. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll have a protein bar, which is not as good of a ratio, but it's a snack as well. I enjoy the protein bar I have, so they're very good. And your chicken, of course, you have chicken, you have beef, you have fish. You can even have tofu if you're a vegan, vegetarian, whatever. Tofu is a great source of protein. I even mix it in once in a while in my regular diet just because I like it. And then veggies and you have to be get a little bit experimental, have some fun with it. If you want some good veggie snacks, I love edamame beans. I buy the frozen ones, and I mix them with some seasoning salt or barbecue salt, and I fry them in the air fryer. And they're fantastic, a great source of protein, and they taste amazing. So I really enjoy those. So that's kind of my day. My day revolves around chicken, beef, rice, potatoes, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, and my protein shake, of course. You all get that. Most people have a problem getting protein in, enough protein. So that's why front-loading your day with a double scoop shake, like I do for my morning one, will get you off on a nice start. Then you're not trying to catch up at night, okay? And you want to really cut out the snacking at night, the late night snacking. You want to cut that out, and try to replace it either with another protein snack if you really have to have something, or just don't worry about it. Wait till your next morning, and then you'll be extra hungry for your shake. Okay. A couple of tips. If you're looking to shed some fat, I like to walk. I'm not a big cardio person. I lift and I don't do any cardio, but I do like to walk, which is a low intensity, steady state cardio, a LISS cardio as they call it. So I try to walk every day. I don't think about the 10,000 steps as much. That's more of a marketing. I just try to get out as much as I can. So if you don't walk at all now, I suggest you start by walking 15 to 20 minutes after dinner. Try it. Take the family out, go for a walk, and bundle up if it's cold. Go for a nice walk, 15, 20 minutes. It helps with digestion after dinner, and it helps burn off a few calories, and it'll start building that habit you need. Then you can go up to 25 or 30 minutes. Imagine 30-minute walk is really nothing a day. It's actually fun. Sometimes I listen to a podcast, I listen to music, whatever. You get up for 30 minutes a day, right? You're doing 3.5 hours of walking a week. Like, that's good walking. That's just not just good for your body, but it's also good for the fat loss. It's good for your whole mentality. Getting out there, and if you live in a sunny area, get some sun. Vitamin D is fantastic. I'll do a video in the future on my supplements that I generally take. But those are my suggestions. Try to stay 80 to 90% compliant on your meals. Every meal, try to think protein, protein, protein. And it's okay if you're at a restaurant and you still want to be semi-compliant, ask them to replace the fries with more veggies. So I go to a steakhouse, for example, I order a nice steak, which is fantastic protein, and instead of all the fries that they usually give, I ask if they can just replace that with a plate load of roasted vegetables. They usually do, and I don't even usually drink there. I'll just have sparkling water or something. So it's actually not even a cheat day. I'm having beef and I'm having a lot of veggies. So there's very little wrong with that. So you can actually turn a night out into a non-cheat day. You don't have to pig out just because you're going out, okay? So keep your protein high, track your calories. If you need some help, put them in the comments. I'll help you guys along the way. I know it's complicated. I know it's daunting. And I promise you'll get there, okay? You mix this with the workouts and you're gonna see big changes. But nutrition arguably is more important than the workouts. Not even arguably, it is more important than the workout. So try to remember that when you're eating and you're stuffing your face with something you know is not good. You can't outwork a bad diet. So if your diet's poor, the workouts are only going to do a little bit for you. But if you dial it in, that's where the magic happens. All right, guys? Eat well, enjoy, have those fun meals. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle we want to create. All right? All right. Get out there, have some fun. I'll see you next time. Thank you.